Oh, oh, oh. Well, that's a good start. Uh, something happened. I just recorded a whole video of me, it was this amazing multi-pack opening. I was so amazed, and the whole time, I did so much talking, and voice recording wasn't on. I don't even know why it wasn't on, because I almost always keep it on, and when I turn it off, I always turn it back on before yeah. I don't remember doing any non-voice recordings recently. Well, anyway, um, so yeah, kind of missed out on the epic shock and reaction, but I am still quite. I haven't used these cards yet, so I'm still quite amazed and I'm still quite intrigued. As you can see, I got myself Disco Naut, which I'm so excited about because I've only gotten one. So I can't do anything really major yet. I got another Abracadabra. I can't do anything really major with her yet, but still, I think that Disco Naut, I can break the game with her if I get four of her. I really wanna. I really want more of these because I don't understand why no one uses these. They genuinely look just broken. Oh, and also, I would just like to point out that I have now gotten 3 abracadabras and I have recycled them all, and I've always gotten one back very soon. I only got my first abracadabra a couple weeks ago, and every single pack I get, if I ever see super rare, it's either Toxic Waste Imp, which I don't want, or it's abracadabra when I just recycled it. Well, anyway, still, got a whole bunch of uncommons. I ended up recycling 66 cards after this pack, and that was just the duplicates. That's not counting the ones I just didn't want. I got a Party Time, which I think Party Time barely deserves rare, let alone super rare, so I just recycled that. The big highlight was, okay, so first of all, there's 3 big highlights. First of all, I actually got Huge-Giganticus. I don't know how lucky that is. To be fair, I bought 11 of these packs. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I did start the video, but obviously the video is not what you're seeing, and obviously my voice recording was turned off, so you wouldn't have heard me, but I did not get all of them just by playing the game. I did buy 550 gems, but I earned 950 of them, and I spent 1,500 on this pack. And bearing in mind that this has more cards than a normal pack to make up for its higher cost, this actually has 1.5 times the amount of cards and costs 1.5 times the amount. So technically, this is just as good value as this. And I got a 10 pack of these. 11 pack. And if all of these equate to 1.5 of these packs, this is basically like buying 16.5 of those packs. And so I don't know how lucky it was for me to get Huge-Giganticus, because I've heard of some people who've been slamming their head against the wall, constantly buying packs and never getting him. But at the same time, if you get a multi-pack, I'm pretty sure the drop rate is better, because everyone I've heard of who's bought a multi-pack has gotten him, and everyone who hasn't seems to be saying, "Oh, I keep buying packs and I never get him." And on top of that, I didn't buy any multi-packs for the Beta Carotene one, but I bought almost 10 in total, and I didn't get Beta Carotene. So I think buying the multi-pack greatly increases your chances of getting him. But anyway, I also had 100 gems left over, which those ones I did earn properly as well. So technically I earned 1,050 of them normally. And that was from this nut pack, which I wanted to see if this was worth it, because I got a pack like this a bit ago called the Amphibious pack, and it had very few uncommons. It had more rare and basically it had more high rank cards than it had low rank cards. So I wanted to see if that affected the drop rate. And the first time I got Spyrus, and I think I got a super rare. I don't remember what it was. I think it was another Guacodile. And even though I already had Guacodile, so I wasn't too excited, still that showed to me that I had a good drop rate. But then I got a second pack, and I got literally nothing but water chestnuts and a smacadamia, which also happened to be in this pack. And obviously I had four of all those, so I really didn't care about that. I wasn't sure if the pack was good or not, because I got one pack where I got myself some really good cards, and then one pack where I got something terrible. And this was very similar to the Amphibious pack, but this had even less like bad cards, so I thought, ooh, this one's got to do it right. And again, I'm not sure, but I got so lucky. And I never get lucky. Obviously I got Smacadamia, it's guaranteed. I got 4 peanuts, and the first thing I said was just like, oh, terrible pack then. Then I got Walnut Bowling as my 6th card. I could hardly believe that. I was expecting to get Juggernaut and say, oh, of course I get Juggernaut. Oh well, at least I got a super rare, and all that. And then I got Walnut Bowling. I so wasn't expecting that. Like, I genuinely thought I was, like, going crazy when I saw that legendary thing pop up. I was just like, what the hell? No, this must be from that legendary I got from the other pack. But, nah. Walnut Bowling. This is an especially good legendary and all, because it's a finisher. That's one of my problems. I do have legendaries, but I don't have 4 of loads of legendaries. And if I had more copies of them, they'd be more valuable. Even 2 is more valuable. But that is one big flaw, but the even bigger one is I don't have any finishers. Picanalis can be used as a finisher. It's probably the closest thing I have to a finisher. Pop and Poppies is more defensive. Go further down. Captain Cucumber can build up a finisher, but it's kind of RNG. And Astrocardo is just not strong enough to be a finisher. I used to have Zombot, fair enough, but Zombot's probably the worst finisher in the game. I know it's so powerful, but it's more expensive than Octo. Octo's more consistent. Octo comes back every time it gets killed, so it can't just completely have the tables turned on you in one fell swoop. And also, I swear, I've only won 1 game after playing Zombot, so Zombot just seems too unreliable for me. That's why I recycled it. So that one, not good enough finisher. I used to have Shield Crusher Viking, which could be used as a finisher, it just wasn't quite strong enough for me. I think I should have kept it, just in case, but oh well. Don't have any crazy legendaries. Wannabe Hero is probably the closest thing I have to a finisher, but it only does 6 damage per hit, so that's not enough. Again, Undying Pharaoh, that's more protective. Cryo Yeti, one of the worst legendaries in the entire game. And Sharktronic Sub, technically a good legendary, and it could be used as a finisher, but I have actually never only drawn Sharktronic Sub like 3 times, I think, even though I have had it for months. I've got it in decks, well, not that many, but I've got them in a couple of my decks. I just never draw it. I only have 1, I guess, but still, I draw it super rare. Like, I've only got 1 of these, and these aren't in that many of my decks, and yet I still get these. But I haven't seen Sharktronic Sub in, like, months, even though I've got it. But anyway, yeah, the point is, I haven't really got any good finishes, except for Sharktronic Sub, which can never get to work when I do get it, and I very rarely get it. Having this is amazing. And if the next on my hit list is probably Cornucopia, because then with Walnut I could probably be just like king. I'm either gonna get another copy of Walnut Bowling, which would be good for consistency, but Walnut Bowling and Cornucopia would use for the same purpose. They'd both be used as finishers, so it doesn't really matter which one I get. So getting a Cornucopia, for me as Walnut, would basically be like having 2 of the same card, because they both do the same job, only Walnut Bowling would mean that you need the ground cleared, and you could play it a turn earlier. Sure, it would be, like, different for other heroes, but I'm moving away from Chompzilla now that, I'm getting into plays where people are more aggressive. I still consider Chompzilla a very underrated hero, but I just think that, like, there are some things that that there are some times when I need to move away from her. And right now, I'm getting good stuff for War Knight and Grass Knuckles. I'm getting good Guardian cards. So I'm moving on towards Guardian for now, because right now the meta is forcing me there. Chompzilla, I sweat 420 cards. Chompzilla, I swear, is still good. The problem is that right now, Super Brains and Huge-Giganticus are meta. And they're like the ultimate assassins. They kill you so fast. The only one who's anywhere near as close to them as like killing you quickly is Infinity. And like that's kind of Chompzilla's weakness, assassin decks, stuff where you want to try and get in and get out really quickly and get a really quick kill. And that's what everyone's doing now. And it never used to work, but now that Solar's become meta, Solar's counter has become meta. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't want this to be extend 15 minutes, otherwise I can't upload it to YouTube. But anyway, this is an amazing pack. I got another Petalmorphosis, don't really care about it. I feel like I got another... Oh, yeah, I got Espresso Fiesta, which I actually had one of these. I recycled it because I felt like I was the worst person in the world for using it, and I was. And I've gotten it back, and now after seeing how cruel other people have been to me, I'm going to be the worst person in the world again. Anyway, bye.